Inductive learning begins with teachers providing examples so that students can deduce the rules on their own. It is more student-centered, meaning that student will participate more actively in the lesson. And that is inspired, motivates, and engages students in active learning. Under the inductive approach, which places a strong emphasis on active learning, students must look critically at the data, recognize trends, and draw their own conclusion. Inductive approach is very effective. It requires students to process and analyze data.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, leaders. Today we will discuss or we will talk about the inductive method of teaching. Meaning of inductive method of teaching. Inductive, in Latin word inductio, means to lead into. Definition of inductive method of teaching. An inductive teaching method is a student-led approach to teaching that promotes learning through inductive reasoning. This method uses skills such as observation, comparison, and classification to arrive at generalization of definition of concepts. The inductive method of teaching is an instructional strategy where the teacher presents specific examples and helps students discover or generalize a rule, concepts, or principles. In other words, it involves moving from specific observation to broader generalizations. This method is often contrasted with a deductive method, where the teacher starts with a generalization and guides students to specific examples that illustrate the general principles. There are two approaches to the inductive teaching method. First is the experimental and statistical. So the experimental approach involves experimenting and exploring to form a hypothesis, while the statistical approach is based on numbers. The importance of inductive method of teaching, or the advantage of inductive method of teaching, is to facilitate active learning. So the inductive approach to education encourage students to investigate, evaluate, as well as synthesize material before drawing conclusions. Inductive method of teaching encourage active student participation, fostering deeper engagement and comprehension. Next is to develop critical thinking. Inductive teaching requires students to think critically and logically and to make inferences based on their observation and data analysis. And improves capacity for problem students enhance their critical thinking and problem solving skills by analyzing specific instances and drawing general conclusions.